Hello, hello. Welcome to this episode of the Rogers Radio Podcast. Hey guys, it's been a whole month. It's February now. We made it through the 50,000 days of January. Did it seem like a long month to you? Because it seemed like January went on for a long time. Last time I talked to you, we were gearing up for the year. We were all excited and we were setting goals and just really wanted to see what 2024 had in store for us. And we made it through January. Did you stick with your New Year's resolutions? Are you still going with your goals that you set out to do? Or have you said, forget it? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I am maintaining some of them and I am not maintaining others. And it's just a roller coaster of an up and down, and I'm going to get back on track. And I'm not going to lie. I feel like January, I was all hyped up at the beginning of the month, the kickoff to the year. I love stuff like that, as you listened to me on the last one. And I was telling you, I love these kind of moments. And then you get into like the middle of the month and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel so run down. And it's almost like you have a hangover from the holidays, and it takes all of January to kind of get yourself together and get back into your routine. Then we had some weather and the schools were out and all of the things, and it was all over the place. So I hope you're doing well. I hope that the year has been great for you so far. A little bit, I'll go into some updates about Rogers since we haven't talked in a while. So January has been a very busy month for Rogers. If you follow us on social media, you see that we are adding new team members. I think we've added like 10 new team members in the last couple months. And so we have been busy onboarding new team members. We have been busy going out to all of our customers and expanding our plumbing department and making sure that we can get out to you for your plumbing needs, which is super exciting. And just a little background on services that we provide. When we started off and we just did heating and cooling, and then we got to a point where we're like, you know what? We really want to do electrical. And so we expanded into electrical. And then we said, hey, we really want to do plumbing too. And we expanded into plumbing. But a lot of it comes from you guys, because we receive calls all day long and they say, hey, do you know an electrician too? You're coming out for my HVAC. Or, hey, do you know a plumber? And so the more and more of those calls that we get and requests we get, that's when we know it may be time to add another service to our offerings. And so it doesn't just happen overnight to where we wake up one day and we say, hey, we want to do this. It's like years in the making. And plumbing is something that I've been wanting to do for years. And so the fact that we're able to do that now is super exciting to me. I love all the marketing around plumbing. I'm excited to send Mark out. So our plumber Mark is amazing, and he is going to treat you right and do everything at your home the way it's supposed to be done. And then let's not forget about, I'm like all over the place today, but let's not forget about the licenses that come with adding services. So it's not as easy as just waking up one day, like I said, and saying, hey, we're going to offer electrical services now. A lot of it is having to go and get your license for these services. And so that takes some time too. And we're lucky enough to have all of those licenses and be able to offer that. And so I'm super excited to expand into plumbing, continue electrical, continue heating and cooling. And if there are any services out there that you think that we need to add, let us know so we can start looking into that, because it doesn't happen overnight. And when I said that, I haven't been sticking to all of my goals, one of those that I haven't stuck to so great is the reading. I am just going to be honest, I have really struggled with that recently. And I want to know from you, because I feel like if I don't have a physical book in my hand and I'm reading and I'm not reading it, I'm not reading a book. Are you like that, or are you like an audiobook person? Because I've been learning more about these audiobooks and people saying that they're amazing and that's how they read. Is that real reading to you? If it is, please, like, I need to know, because I even took it to the level of like taking this free self-exam or whatever online of what kind of learner are you? And I came out to be an audio learner, and it makes so much sense. Podcasting, I love a podcast. And so I think I'm going to start listening to books now. Tell me your experience with it. Hopefully it'll help me out. I took the book out, so I got to chapter 4 of Atomic Habits. And it's not because it's a terrible book. It's just because I'm having like this roadblock to where I'm having a hard time with it. And I have multiple people holding me accountable and saying, hey, you need to pick it up. You need to do this. How far along are you? And I got to this chapter 4, and it's like it just hit a roadblock. So I picked it back up last night. We're in February, and we're still going to go strong. And I still have time to read my 12 books, and maybe it'll be audio. Maybe I'll pick it back up. But how are you doing on that? Did you read Atomic Habits this month? And tell me all about what you thought. So far, so good. I mean, it is an amazing book, and it has you thinking about, I'll give you something that I learned from it. 1%. If you improve something by 1% every day, let's just say you pick out something that you want to improve on. If you just improve by 1% every day, you improve by 365% throughout the year. If we can make one change, one small change every day, we can be a better version of ourselves in 5 days. That's 5%. 6 days, 7 days, 20 days. And so think of it that way, and think about how you want to see yourself at 365 days. What else has been going on at Rogers? Like I said, lots of new team members. We just had an exciting day in here. So right before I started recording this episode, we had Ward and Jeb Burton in here doing some really cool footage for the Rogers Orange Crush 200. Have you heard about this race? You guys, let me just talk about this. Like I said, I'm all over the place today. Let's just talk. We're going to have a candid conversation today. So the Orange Crush 200 is a race that we partnered with Ward and Jeb and the Ward Burton Wildlife Foundation on. It is going to be in March, on March 28th at Orange County Speedway. Ward Burton is getting back in a race car. What? We're getting roared back in a race car? How does this happen? It's so exciting. They've been in here. They've been doing some commercials for us. So we're going to be on TV, which is super exciting. We're going to run some ads during the Daytona 500, and the race is coming up. So excited about that. And it's really cool having them in here because they are the nicest guys, and they have been so helpful, and they really, truly care about our growth here at Rogers. They spend time with us at Rogers. They get to know, I just want you guys to know, when they walk in the office, they make a point to talk to everyone in the office. Anyone they see, they're stopping and saying hello to and talking to them. It's just so cool to see. And, you know, the race is going to be fabulous. And we have a great lineup of race car drivers that are coming for it, and they're getting announced every week. And it's just going to be such a fun event. So if you want to come to that, we hope to see you at the Orange Crush 200 at Orange County Speedway on March 28th. It's right before spring break, before Easter holiday. It's going to be a great event. And so if you want more details on that, we will put them in the show notes, and we'll make sure that you have where you can purchase those tickets. But it's going to be an amazing, amazing time. And it's so cool having them in here. And, you know, we're going to keep rolling in January. Well, I'm sorry. We're going to keep rolling in February. See, I'm still in the 45,000 days of January. I can't get over. It was so long for me. But we are in February. We have an extra day in February. What are you going to do with it? We have that extra 29th of February this year. What are you going to do with that day? You're going to do something cool? You're going to celebrate a little bit? How neat is that? So I hope you have a fabulous month. I hope you didn't get so bored with me rambling over here. If there's ever any thing you want to know or ever anything you want me to talk about during these updates, you let me know. I just got on here. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get on here and I'm just gonna wing it. So hope you enjoyed this episode of the Rogers Radio podcast. And we love your support so much. And we love that you are loving this podcast. And I love bringing you this content every day. If you want to see more, make sure that you like our page, follow our page, subscribe to the podcast, download it on all the podcast platforms, and you will get to see updated information on the podcast every week, and you will be the first to be able to listen to it. I can't wait to talk to you next week. We have some amazing out and about visits coming up, so you'll get tons of great content and get to see inside some other businesses in the weeks to come. And we will talk to you next week. Bye.